It's Saturday, March the 18th here in the greenhouse. And so these tomatoes, and I've talked about this before, but in between the leaf stem and the main stem, you get these little branches, and they'll actually form a branch like the stem, and you can get production from them, but I'm working on a project to keep it all trimmed down to the main stem, so I'll come in here every now and then and just thumb prune, they call it, just kind of rub that little branch out. And but I've taken a couple of them, and I mentioned this in a previous video. Well, this one was the first one. Take one of them little pieces and let it get an inch or two long and prune it out. Take most of the leaves and stick it in some moist soil, and it will root. You see them roots? And make another plant. So this one I'll be able to put this plant outside off of that mother plant there, which that mother plant, like I mentioned before, was a pinch off of one I had outside last year. So I haven't planted any more seeds of it. Well, a couple days ago, I pinched off another one. You see, they start off pretty small. Now this one doesn't have root eggs. It's just probably not even, maybe a week. I don't even think it's been in that cup a week. But this has been a few weeks. And I'm probably fixing to transplant it over into a little bit bigger pot pretty soon. I may give it another week or so. This cup is cracked. This cup's been used for several years for different things. Look at that. I love these little cups like this. You can see when something is rooted. See that? So that probably has enough roots to transplant, but I'm going to, in fact, I may just leave it here until I put it outside. I ain't no sense in causing it stress 2 or 3 times. I'll let it just fill up with the roots in this cup. If I can remember, I'll try to make another video when I transplant it. I got so many things going on. I say stuff like that on here and then I forget to do it. But anyways, if you've never done that, that's a pretty good way to spread your tomatoes. In the late summer, early fall, you can do that and bring some inside. You know, you can even I can look at there's one right there. That one could be done. I just take that. I like letting them get a little bit bigger if I'm gonna root them, but you could actually take that right there and strip off these bottom. Find that growing tip right there. You see that? Take off very carefully, pinch off these bigger leaves and sink that all the way up to right underneath them, that growing tip, and keep it moist, and you can make a new plant. Also, if you're doing this at the end of the year, we've got flowers right there, you can use the growing tip of the whole branch, you know, the new, just like this right here. You could take this, pinch it off down here, take off all the, of course, the flowers, these big leaves, just leave just a couple leaves in the center, and bury that whole thing right there in some moist soil, and voila, you get a new plant. I'm not going to do that right now, but that's like I said, that's how I started this plant this past fall. Was at the end of the year, I pinched off a piece of the plant that was outside. And when I do it like that, I just take, like I said, one of these growing tips. I don't actually necessarily have to look for, you know, the little branches in between the leaves. Tomatoes will root very easily. In fact, if you take a tomato, and I don't use a lot of Miracle-Gro and fertilizers and stuff, but if you take some fertilizer and you always like spray it over your whole tomato and just like let it drench, you'll start getting roots up here where that fertilizer is just saturating, and then the tomato will send out roots up on the stem. So tomatoes want to root easily. So check this out. These little baby tomatoes. Let me see if I can focus. See that right there? Yeah, I'm loving it. So just a little information for y'all. You can, if you want to carry your same type of tomato over, you don't have seeds for it, you can, if you take care, a little bit of effort, you can just keep it going. and do like this right here and through the seasons. There you go. But I mean, I plant seeds also. I showed y'all some of these in other videos. While I'm on here, I might as well real quick. Yeah, look at all that. Eggplants and kale and habanero peppers and beefsteak tomatoes and cayenne peppers, of course cucumbers. There's some more peppers, cambrades. There's some bell peppers there. Skip over a few things. There's some pimento type peppers there, Alicia. There's some spoon tomatoes, new to me this year. Rebecca Allen tomatoes, Reisentraub tomatoes, Berkeley tie-dye pink tomato, large barred boar tomatoes. Got a little bit of everything. So anyways, put some seeds in the ground, get some plants growing, do something. Wish you all the best this year in your growing. God bless.